Hi, my name is Shelby Morgan, and this is my presentation of findings for Kim's Foundation. It's for the social media campaign that I'm doing for my Capstone project. A little background on Kim's Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization based in Atlanta, Georgia. It was founded by Carolyn Cobbs Brown, whose daughter, named Kim, passed away in early 2003, March of 2003. She founded this organization because her daughter had dyslexia and had a hard time in school. But she also uses foundation to help kids with all learning areas, but most importantly for kids in rural areas and areas of at-risk potential dangers. So the primary research was gathered. My reason for gathering this research was to get information for my client. My client has an older board of members and they're not really familiar of how social media works or how their target audience uses it and why. The primary research was found specifically for the client to understand the numbers involved and how to use it to their advantage. The primary research opened up some questions such as how much time do parents use social media and what factors play an important part of learning for their children if they were to attend an after-school program. This primary research led to secondary research by the Pew Research Center, and these statistics are about parents and social media and how often they use it. What the client needs to know: approximately 82.2% of custodial parents are mothers, and the 17.8% of custodial parents, which is approximately 1 in 6, are fathers. 76% of the parents who are single mothers are gainfully employed, and 85% of custodial single fathers are gainfully employed. 30.4% of custodial single mothers and their children live in poverty, and 18.8% of single fathers live in poverty. The greater intensity of an after-school program will also increase greater academic performance. However, disadvantaged neighborhoods have very few after-school programs, and attendance rates are poor among children. And research has confirmed that after-school programs who are very involved in the community and want to see their children succeed have a greater impact on the children's lives. The client also needs to know that Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter are very used social media profiles, with Facebook leading at number 1 with 1.7 billion users daily. And their target audience, which is between the ages of 23 to 32, fall within the 89 and the 82% of people who use social media. Something else that is very valuable to this client is that 4.5 million kids from lower income neighborhoods are involved in after school programs. However, 9.7 million more would take part if programs were readily available. 89% of parents with a child in an after school program are satisfied overall. They're satisfied with the quality of care, safety, excitement about learning, and the critical thinking. Questions asked: how important is an after school program for your children? How important is their education? What do you want from an organization based on children? Would you support a foundation that provides your children with all their needs? Would you like a summer program that is also a camp, but is also a learning center? And what social media platforms do you use the most? Selected parents were contacted via Facebook messaging. All of the parents were single parents of children under the age of 18 who attend school or will in the next few months. The parents are between the ages of 21 and 45 with an income of less than $30,000 a year. There's a poll made by the research conductor via Facebook because majority of the parents live in different states and different parts of Georgia. The study was completed via a poll. Each person answered 5 questions and used pertaining to their children and what apps they use the most for social media. There were a total of 19 participants after the research was done. One of the participants shared the study, and that person is included in the 19 participants. The results were gathered via Facebook statistics. When a poll is created, Facebook distributes the numbers via percentage values, so it's easier for the information to be gathered. Vivek, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, stated that Facebook allows you to target your audience very specifically based on traditional demographic models. The median of participants for this study was 4.4. The median and mean were affected because each respondent answered differently, but the range was pretty consistent. Majority of the participants were single mothers of African American descent. So a majority of parents, as you can see based on these numbers, believe an after school program is very important for their children. 100% of parents value safety from the organization. A good majority of parents also want engagement, cost efficiency, and the program to be community based. All of the parents, 100% of them, use Facebook, and then the second used out of this group is Instagram, and then the third would be Snapchat, with Twitter coming in with not that many users. Here are my findings via Facebook polls, pie charts. They're all in different colors, so it will not confuse whoever is looking at this for statistical research. The goal for this research was to show my client what they needed to do and how they needed to do it, what their target audience looks for. My goal for this research is to use focus groups via online, so that way it allows the process to speed up and provide anonymity that can lead to greater openness. This research is going to continue during the summer while the children are out of school and while the parents have more time to engage with their kids. Once again, KIMS Foundation, which stands for Kids Inspired and Motivated for Success, it's a nonprofit organization that wants to address the needs of children at risk. The goal of this capstone thesis is to increase their social media presence and their website traffic as a whole. Another goal is to make them visually and morally appealing so that their parents know that their children are in good hands. Here are my list of references, and thank you so much for allowing me to present my findings via this platform.